Ladies and gentlemen, it's round 3 on the card for the Football Town show tonight, and Mark Capsey-Burton's Fitzroy will look to get all 3 points against Albert Park in the first game. Then Mlum will look to get their first points of the season against title favourites Pasco Vale FC. Ashburton manager Benny Gearbock will have a hard time trying to contain Hume Golden Boot Vadim Mazuski. Then in one of the most anticipated clashes in recent time, Milton Sakos' Vic Vipers go up against Tomo Grigic's Metropolitan, who returns from a week off. Then as we cross over to the Women's League, it's Ashburton and Richmond on the card. Kat Dixon and Steph Tanti going head to head. And then in the next game, Pasco Vale, the league winners from last season, go up against the EFA Cup winners from last season, Melbourne Uni. Julia Brown looks to maintain her side's perfect record since taking over Fitzroy in round 2 as they go up against the lowly EFA Eagles. And then in the final clash of the night, the Vic Vipers and Jamie Flores will look to get all 3 points against the newly appointed Heidelberg FC. Before we move on to all the round 3 action from the men's side of things, let's have a look at last week's results. The Vic Vipers were too good for Fernando De Moraes' Fitzroy. Metropolitan thumped Mlum. Pasco Vale and Ashburton also claimed valuable wins. The first game to kick off round 3 saw top 4 hopefuls Fitzroy FC take on Albert Park, who yet to register a point in the 2013-14 season, and it didn't look like it was going to get any better for the newly promoted side as Mark Capsey-Burton finished into an open net to give his side the 1-0 lead. In the next run of play, it got better and better for Fitzroy as brilliant pressure from Ben Monteleone allowed the ball to spill to Burton to score his second in a matter of minutes, and Fitzroy was soon in a commanding position which they expected from kickoff. Burton was again at the forefront of the Fitzroy attack, capping off a delightful run from defence to finish one-on-one past Mo Kuzicu, and it was soon 3-0 at the break. If Albert Park were going to be any chance of registering a result in this game, they had to score early, and their wish was granted by key striker Alisi Mutabazi. And for a moment, Albert Park was seemingly back in the game, but a brilliant run by Ilhan Altuntash holding off Mutabazi in defence allowed him to set up teammate Ange Fusca to extend the lead yet again. Albert Park weren't done with yet, as their 2 creative and most influential players in Mutabazi and captain Jose Vasquez completed a brilliant 1-2 to get a goal back. With the score at 4-2, Albert Park could feel their stocks rising, and Tau Pham capitalised on their momentum and reduced the deficit to a solitary goal. After setting up the first goal in the second half for his side, Altuntash scored one of the goals of the week, nutmegging captain Jose Vasquez on his way to blasting past Kuzicu. A brilliant throw from keeper Damien Parrish allowed Alistair Dunlop to stream forward and finish high above Kuzicu, and Fitzroy was soon looking comfortable, leading 6-3. With the pressure off and the win all but sealed, Fitzroy's new recruits in Jeremy Ortiz and Ali Granolas linked up for Fitzroy's 7th.
I'm here with one of the stars from Fitzroy FC, Mark Capsey-Burton. Good to get a win today after a disappointing result last Friday night, 11-2 to the hand of the Vikers. But unfortunately you lost your keeper early that game, so it was hard game to come back from.
Yeah, it was against a quality team like the Vipers. They had about 15 players or something that day or that night, which is a pretty good turnout for Friday night. We were missing quite a few players, so that certainly influenced the result a little bit. But in saying that, we copped the keeper getting sent off early, but we didn't adapt. And
you need 2 keepers, don't you? You need 2 keepers in this league.
Well, we can say that for Friday night, absolutely.
Next up was quite a mismatch on paper as bottom place Mlum SC took on top of the table Pasco Vale to kick off proceedings. Sofyan Sufi danced around Iggy Filipovic and Darko Kosturic with ease to finish at the far post past Stephen Karsvan. The Frenchman's opening goal was just a sign of things to come as he then nutmegged Iggy Filipovic for a second time to toe poke past Karsvan for a 2-0 lead. Pasco Vale were playing with a lot of confidence. Lucas Krul enforcing more embarrassment on Mlum, nutmegging Eric Quinn on his way to the goal of the week. Somehow Mlum needed to stop the rot, and who else to do it but Mlum captain and inspirational leader Vlado Zoric, who got the goal that Mlum desperately needed. But there was no stopping the quality and class of Lucas Krul and Sofyan Sufi, although the goal was credited as an own goal for a 4-1 half-time lead. Desperate to extend their goal difference at the top of the table, Mateo Rocca got one of his first goals in Pasco Vale colours, but Iggy Filipovic was desperate to claim a result for his side as they made the most of a dead ball situation. With Pasco Vale still well in control, moving the ball freely, passing and moving, every player getting a touch on the pitch. They were really putting on a show. Robert Armelini, the Italian maestro, was the next on the score sheet. Iggy Filipovic used his brute force to get past the Pasco Vale defence to further reduce the deficit. But there was more quality to come from Pasco Vale. This time, Pasco Vale captain Andre Caro added another one for the highlights reel. Just when you thought the Pasco Vale magic had run out, Brazilian star João da Silva stepped up with this long-range beauty. The confidence was so high in the Pasco Vale squad that even keeper Felipe Blay was credited with an assist as he streamed forward to set up Johnny Tabakowicz to cap off the 11-4 result.
I'm here with the star striker from Pasco Vale FC, Sufyan Sufi. Out there seemed like you in second gear. Is it easy for you boys? I know Mlum were underdone, but it seemed like so easy you were cruising out there.
No, I wouldn't say it's easy. Nothing is easy in the V-League, but we've got like four boys on the bench. It's helped a lot. So that's the main thing.
Oh, Janine Aiden, what a cracker! Absolute stunner down the line. Hurling effort there from his arm. Kept out by Quaffo. That's a brilliant goal. What an introduction. He's only on the pitch for about 10 seconds. And he flicked it through the legs of John Italia. Ben Monteleone dinks it over Jimmy Brennan, and it's 3-0. Oh, Fuska. Lovely save by Digby.
Hi, I'm Ruby. You're watching the Football Town Show. Go Futsal!
Welcome back to the Football Town Show, ladies and gents, where we take a look at the final two clashes of the men's league. And the next game on the card saw Hume and Ashburton take to the pitch. Both sides had high hopes for claiming the title this season. Both squads were close to full strength, so many pundits were at a loss as to who would take the 3 points. It was Ashburton, though, who drew first blood. Young Joaquin Jimenez, the impressive youngster, scoring a long-range bomb past Emre Okal. The Hume stopper wasn't having the greatest start to the game as he parried his save into the path of the talented Vicky Castro. Desperate to keep touch with Ashburton, Matej Vidrovsky answered the call of his teammates with a brilliant finish into the top left corner past Con Macris. Rodrigo Covarrubias is enjoying a new lease of life at Ashburton. The South American easily got past Hume captain Rezekul Kuluglu to set up teammate Ricky Castro for his second. Unfortunately for Covarrubias, he undid all his hard work. Although a stunning strike, it went over his own keeper and he allowed Hume to get within a goal. Covarrubias wasn't having the best of times in defence for Ashburton, splitting his wall with Mohamed Al-Gharabi, allowing Nejdet Sahin's free kick to go right past Con Macris and level 3-3 at half-time. To open proceedings in the second half, Hume captain Rezekul Kuluglu continued his side's momentum to give his side the lead for the first time in the game. An intercepted pass by Ricky Castro ended up in his third goal, completing his hat-trick for Ashburton, and he certainly stuck his hand up for man of the match honours. With the score locked up at 4 goals apiece, it really was anyone's guess who was going to run out with the win. Nejdet Sahin completing a brilliant one too, with Mehmet Parlak to give Hume the lead yet again. The second half didn't get any better for Covarrubias in defence as his failed clearance fell to Jordan Michaelis and he made no mistake, making the score 6-4 past Con Macris. Covarrubias certainly made up for his earlier blunders as he scored a late goal to make it 6-5 and then a delightful throw from Con Macris over the Hume defence fell to Ricky Castro as he scored the winner with a back heel with only seconds remaining.
Ashburton skipped away to a 3-way lead. To your boys' credit, you fought back into the game, got into the back into the game, got your noses in front, and then let it slip. Is that how it feel there, Hume?
That's it. Last few weeks we've been starting pretty sloppy. Few goals. Last 2 games we've lost 3 points in both games. Today again we thought we had the same feeling, but Arvin brought us in. Get focus up, and it's a Hume's about. Just never give up. Just go all the way to the end. That's what we've done. And once again, thought we had it, but great effort to Ashburton. I did well, but it was a good game overall anyway.
The final game for round 3 was an absolute blockbuster as Metropolitan and Big Vipers, 2 of the biggest sides in the league, going head to head. The winner will certainly go a long way in claiming the title, and it was Vipers' go-to man up front, Jason Barrientos, who got the Vipers off to a 1-0 lead. After not having the greatest ends to the season in 2013, the Vipers were certainly making their presence felt. Johnny Barrientos returning to form the crucial goal, linking up with Miguel Barrigos. The Vipers, who are now sitting with a 2-0 lead, Metropolitan needed to hit back quickly before their opponents got away from them. Tomo Grigic pulled 1 goal back to make it 2-1, but it would be the Vipers who had the last laugh before half-time, Futsalroo Adam Cooper got his strike underneath Michael Charmy, which was finished off by Johnny Barrientos, who got his second, and then Jason's strike was famously denied by Charmy, whose strike was destined for the top left corner. To start the second half, it was Ernie Simsek who reduced the deficit to a mere goal, and he's been quite happy with his impressive form in a blue shirt in recent weeks. A rare mistake at the back by Johnny Barrientos allowed Ali Zepovic to get in one-on-one with keeper Kieran Pates, and he made no mistake making it 3 goals apiece. Miguel Beragos had his effort denied by the crossbar, and Maxi Avram couldn't turn in the Vipers' second effort as Yannick Kucheski left an open goal. Moments later, it was Metropolitan who found themselves in an unlikely lead, Ali Zepovic claiming the goal. Adam Cooper, desperate to get his side back into the game, saw his long-range strike take a slight deflection to wrong foot Yannick Kucheski. Metropolitan only a minute away from recording a famous win. Jason Barrientos bobbed up and gifted his side the lead with seconds remaining, but it was Adam Cooper who added the cherry on top of the cake to cap off the 6-4 result.
I'm here with one of the stars from Vic Vipers FC, Jason Barrientos. As a kid growing up, that's what you dream of, with seconds remaining to put your side in front. How did that feel, scoring that winner?
It was always tough, you know, three goals up, and it's always the same story with Metro. They come back and then they always get the edge over, but this time we turned it around, you know, like the last 3 goals came on our half, so we just pushed it. We had the extra gas in the tank, so we got through, man, and luckily scored that goal as well.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. What a conclusion to round 3 we had. Jason Barrientos, definitely one of the unsung heroes of the V-League. As we have a look at all the results for round 3, Fitzroy, unsurprising win over Albert Park. Pasco Vale just wiped the floor with Mlum. Hume and Ashburton played out a thrilling 6-all draw, and in the last couple of minutes of the game, the Vipers scored 3 quick goals to overcome Metropolitan. Taking a look at the ladder now, Pasco Vale still leads the way with superior goal difference over the Vipers, and those two are the only teams that remain undefeated to the start of the season. Fitzroy and Metropolitan also round out the top 4, while Mlum and Albert Park occupy the bottom 2 positions as they're yet to register a point. Taking a look at the race for the Golden Boot, Ernie Simsek and Jason Barrientos are both tied on 6 goals apiece, while Pasco Vale's Lucas Krul and Ashburton Tricky Castro are tied on 5 goals, while Nesjet Sahin, the classy Hume defender, is in 5th position on 4. In next week's edition of the show, it's round 4 on the card, and we have a lot of big games. Ashburton and Mlum are going head-to-head, as are the Vipers and Pasco Vale, the El Clasico as it's known. The result between Fitzroy and Metropolitan will ultimately shape the top 4, while Hume and Albert Park will look to record their first wins of the season. Well, that's all from me now, viewers. Let's join Jimmy Soufas for a look at the Women's V-League.
Moving across to the women's side of things, we take a look at the round 2 results. Melbourne Uni destroyed Richmond in a shock result, while there were also wins for Pasco Vale and Fitzroy. The first game to open up round 3 saw a much improved Ashburton side take on a faltering Richmond. Although Richmond management had severely bolstered the stock, it showed really early on in under 20 seconds when Rachel Alonso smashed home an open goal to get Richmond off to the best possible start, and she celebrated in style too. Stephanie Tanti then made it 2-0 as Richmond looked like they were going to run away with this one, Ashburton providing little resistance. Tanti again had a good strike, but it was poor keeping from Vivian Liu, who really should have kept that effort out. Richmond were absolutely dominating this encounter as Isa Renly had her shot saved before first gamer MJ Rajic bundled the ball over the line as Richmond were really beginning to enjoy themselves out there. With Rajic and Renly linking up again as a 1-2 from the free kick just continued to blow Ashburton out of the water, and their defending didn't help them either as Alonso helped herself to her second goal. Another smart free kick between Renly and Rajic saw the 1-2 go back, Chelapi giving up already, and the manager would definitely not be happy with that as Renly got on the score sheet. Kat Dixon then was left wide alone and got one back for Ashburton, although it would make little difference to the scoreline going into the second half. Haraya White then got her in on the act as Ashburton were being absolutely demolished by a Richmond side who looked brimming with confidence. Since Stensholt then dispossessed Hatzapoulos at the back as she got in on the scoring act, Richmond absolutely blowing them apart. Try as they might though, they found goals hard to come by, especially when Clapham was making saves like that. But finally, last week's hero, Natasha Lucy, got herself a goal and got Ashburton a little bit of respectability on the scoreline. Renly then danced around a few players before playing a back post ball to Rajic, and Richmond really were having a good time out there. Arenley won the ball back again as Rajic drilled it across for Arenley. Those two linking up very, very well in their first game together. Poor keeping from Lawrence, picked up by Tanti, who put it in at the near post as she ended a 5-goal haul and a 17-2 win.
Now, I know you keep chopping and changing the team, but these two new girls that came today, are they going to come every week?
They will, most definitely so.
Because I'm sure FC Richmond will be a contender at the end of the season.
They will, yeah. Hopefully we'll win it this year, or this season I should say, and do one better than last.
Because you're one of the regular that rocks up week in and week in for this great club.
Yeah, well, we think it's the best team. We might be a bit biased, but we have a lot of fun, so that's the main thing.
Matthew Majowski! What a cracker of a goal. Reads the play, keeps the ball in down the line, cuts inside, beats the player. Simsek Okel with a big save. Player Sonny Malone completes his hat-trick. What a debut it's been. That's game over. Dahani, lovely finish. Sam Dahani cracks one back for Moore. Great save by Lorenzo De Paris again. That's a fine bit of play.
Hi, I'm Alicia. You're watching the Futbol Town Show. Go Futsal!
Next encounter on the card sees EFOS Cup winners Melbourne Uni taking on league champions Pasco Vale as both sides sit first and second in the league. Built up as a cracker, and it didn't disappoint when Leticia Samet dribbled through the Pasco Vale defence, playing in informed striker Marcela Marquez, and the Brazilian made no mistake rounding up Molly Borman to get her side off to the best possible start. Melbourne Uni continued their momentum after that, with Leticia Samet playing in Marquez for a second time, and she made no mistake putting it past Borman, and Melbourne Uni racing away to a 2-0 lead, one Pasco Vale would find hard to claw back. Leticia Samet was at the heart of every Melbourne Uni attack, causing Pasco Vale plenty of headache, and a brilliant 1-2 with Emma Johnson allowed her to toe poke past Borman late in the half to make it 3-0, and Melbourne Uni looked ever more comfortable. A well-constructed set piece though late on allowed Sarah Richardson to strike one past Frances Land to keep Pasco Vale in the hunt. The second half opened up with Pasco Vale keeping the ball a little better, as Illy Jacob played in Tilly Ford, who was given way too much room before seeing a left-footed strike fly through Frances Land to have her side back within a goal and a real chance at making a comeback. It was too little too late though. Although one last Pasco Vale attack came close, Sarah Richardson with the chance, it was Melbourne Uni who would take the share of the spoils and stay top.
I'm here with the star keeper from the Women's V-League from Melbourne Uni, Frances Land. Coming into tonight's game was a big build-up.
It was.
It was a big clash.
Yeah.
And to take the points against Pasco Vale, you must be overwhelmed at Melbourne Uni.
Absolutely, it's such a great feeling to come out and beat the winners of the last season. It's a really good start for us. You know, it's still really early on in the season. We've got a long way to go, but it's a really positive start for us.
Next up saw newly formed Fitzroy FC take on a struggling EFA Eagles. The Tigers would really have fancied themselves against their lower-ranked opponent, and they got off to the best possible start when Papadopoulos played a great through ball, which was finished off by Zoe Stamatopoulos to open the scoring for Fitzroy. Papadopoulos then made a crucial error, losing the ball at the back. It was saved initially, but they could not deny Steph Cope coming in late to equalise for the Eagles. Juliet Brown then burst away before her ball was cut out, and her second attempt on goal was saved. New signing Danny Gadelge then burst through the middle before her left-footed strike found the bottom corner and had Fitzroy ahead once again. Stockdale then made a crucial error as she lost the ball. Damatopoulos' pass could only find Rebecca Berry, who took a poor touch, and Danny Gadelge pounced on that to finish it off. Juliet Brown then played a ball toward the back post. Stacey Papadopoulos made no mistake in finishing before a bizarre turn of events saw the first ever red card in the Women's V-League. Stamatopoulos sent off, and Stockdale converted the resulting free kick to have the Eagles back in the hunt. Opening up the second half, Hannah Ryan's bobbling effort from halfway found its way into the bottom corner somehow, and the Eagles were back within a goal. Stockdale battling hard at the back, but Papadopoulos managed to find the bottom corner, her eye for goal really helping out the Fitzroy side when they desperately needed it. A mistake from Mitkovsky allowed Molly Burke to intercept the ball and smash home a cracking goal, but it wasn't enough as the Eagles went down by a goal.
I'm here with Captain Courageous from Fitzroy FC, Juliet Brown. Tough game out there. You got off to a good start, 2-0, and then they came back at you, EFA.
Yeah, it was a really, really close match. It was, it was a good match. I enjoyed it. We thought we could pull away a little bit more, and then they came back, and I thought we defended quite well, and then towards the end we sort of let it slip, and we were a bit too keen to go forward and score, and sort of lost our players a little bit, let them back into the game.
Final game of the night saw Heidelberg FC taking on the Vic Vipers in a clash that was heavily favoured toward the Vipers' side. Heidelberg, though, failed to mark up Tina Benoit, the young side just standing and watching as she opened the scoring for the Vipers, a rookie error that they will surely learn from. Kat Smith trying to create play as always, but Jasmina Petic's pass didn't have enough on it, and Alicia Newman pounced and slotted the ball through Candice Salomon's legs to level the scores, Newman looking to have a quick turn of pace. Late in the half though, Kat Smith drilled a free kick that went straight through keeper Beth Mason-Jones, and the Vipers led once again. It was Smith who provided the goal once again just before the half-time break as she drilled it across the D from a corner, Tara DeMello with the goal. Smith then played it across again, and Jamie Flores came sliding in to make it 4-1, as in 2 minutes the Vipers pounded in 3 goals to really break Heidelberg's hearts. Opening up the second half, Jasmina Petic got her first goal for the Vipers after her recent transfer over from Richmond. A poor side ball from Jamie Flores let Alicia Newman intercept it, and she beat Tara DeMello for pace before slotting the ball past Salama for a second time to keep her side in the contest with not very long remaining. Late on though, 3 minutes remaining, Jamie Flores played in Jasmina Petic, who slotted it through the legs of Mason Jones as she got her second for the game. Petic saved the best till last as her powerful free kick beat Mason Jones and completed her hat-trick in the 7-3 win.
I'm here with one of the stars from Vic Vipers FC, Jasmina Petic. First I want to say welcome back, it's been a while, but you didn't miss a beat out there today.
Thank you. Very unfit, but didn't feel like it. I'm proud of the way I played, and really glad to be back.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that rounds up another action-packed round of Women's V-League action. And we'll wrap up the results for you here. Richmond slapped Ashburton 17-2. Melbourne Uni won the top-of-the-table clash with Pasco Vale 3-2. Fitzroy scraped to a nail-biting win over bottom-placed EFA Eagles, while the Vipers breezed past newly admitted Heidelberg. We now take a look at the round 3 ladder. We have a clear leader now in Melbourne Uni, who sit on 9. Pasco Vale and Fitzroy sit 2nd and 3rd respectively on 6 apiece. The Vipers remain undefeated down in 4th place, while Richmond and Ashburton sit on 4 points apiece. Heidelberg and EFA Eagles yet to register a point in this season's Women's V-League. As we take a look at the top goal scorers now, Christine Duffy still leads the way on 8, Illy Jacobs sits on 6, along with Sarah Richardson, while first gamers MJ Rajic and Steph Tunti's 5-goal hauls leave them in the top 5. Taking a look at next week's clashes, Richmond take on Heidelberg in the first clash of the night. Top placed Melbourne Uni take on bottom placed EFA Eagles. Pasco Vale will take on arch rivals Vic Vipers, while to finish the card, informed Fitzroy take on an Ashburton side looking to bounce back from this week's thumping. That's all, ladies and gentlemen. We leave you now with Goal of the Week.